Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our wonderful Bowie office.
Woo!
Close enough, Justin. Close enough. I delayed.
There was no wink.
There was no wink.
Were you early?
I might have gone early. There was no wink.
No, you were good. You were good. All right.
I don't know.
Are we even live streaming out there, Carl? Was that the rumor?
Yeah,
look
awesome.
at that. We got overflow crowd. We got the
overflow
drop-in area with a live stream with the Cardinal Nest, and we got a great full crowd in here. So you all come ready. You don't just get to watch and poke fun and laugh at Sarah and I.
You get to pack in this Bowie office.
Participation today. Participation.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk about the market, all the great things
Y'all
going
are
on.
much more exciting than
we got several of our great broker managers in the house, so we're going to make them talk and make everybody participate today. People have had enough. People have had enough of Donnie and Sarah talking, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Right, Fernando?
Yes. He says yes.
You know how to say yes?
Fernando, you're supposed to go no.
We got lots of fun stuff to talk about today.
Lots of great announcements.
Some great PG County Prince George's County stats that I want to make sure everybody sees, and everybody's going to love this graph. Last week we did some Northern Virginia stuff. Last week we got our grand opening at our brand new Chantilly office. So for those that haven't gotten down there, would love to come see you down there. It's a beautiful spot. Great studio, lots of great conference rooms.
Huge print center.
Yep, print center.
All
and
new
just,
machines in there. It looks great. First
class stuff. So I all those years of months of making fun of all the other offices being nicer than the headquarters, that is over. The headquarters is also nice now, right?
It is.
So Sarah's happy. So what we're going to do now
in the past, I would say, we have nice tall ceilings that leak when it rains.
We did have nice tall ceilings.
But now we don't have any leakage.
Now we don't have tall ceilings.
I don't have doors, but I don't have leakage. So it's good.
We have a couple things without doors, but other than that, we're good to go.
We are subject to supply chain issues, but we are good. All's good. Everybody's happy.
And now we just have blinding issues because we're the fifth floor. We're the top floor of this building.
And the
which
funniest
is great,
thing is,
the sun is
where the building is positioned, the sun just goes and just nails us for like 3/4 of the day.
Yes.
It's great, but it's pretty. So pretty, so pretty. Yes.
So what we're going to do first when we jump in today, guys, is we're going to first start with our Cardinal Title Group rockstars, the ones that not only bring their transactions to us, but the sellers. So if you represented the sellers, you were the listing agent. This is when the buyers normally have control, right? But as a listing agent, you just put it in the remarks, and when they come out with multiple offers, say, look, the seller would love to have it at Cardinal Title Group if possible, then, we get them in there a lot. So we want to first thank these people that in the last month in our Maryland, D.C. transactions have been able to get the listing side to Cardinal Title Group. So these are our rock stars. Miss Ann Zawin, if you're in the room, please give us a woot woot. Give us a woot woot so we can make sure we congratulate you in person.
Yes.
Ann Zawin, Bassam Hamandi, Sally Trotman, Cynthia Butler, Dilyara Diminova, Ebony Jones, Geetha Dayala, Hap Throne, Holly Simpson, our great admin in Frederick, James Logan Jr.
Michael Gray II, Ronald Gomez, Shaznana Conaway, and Sterling Romwell. Thank you so much,
thank you all to your top people.
You are our rock stars.
You know what they never put in here, which I just realized was not a problem. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to talk about, now this is, everybody's got to pay attention to this slide here, okay, guys? This is cool stuff. So this is I'm going to just start with me with a bang. 2022. These are just sales in Prince George's County alone. So not what all of your office did, what Bowie did, Waldorf, all of our different offices. This is all sales in Prince George's County. So they could be from any of our agents. This is all.
Before we go there, how do y'all think you did?
Amazing.
Amazing. Amazing.
Woo! Oh, the call's like, come on, a little bit.
Amazing. All right, Donnie, show us how we did.
So this is in all of 2022 Prince George's County sales.
Samson Properties, number one. Number
Look
one.
at that.
Number one.
Look at that. 1,735 sales, Samson Properties. Long and Foster was second at $14.99. So we are a couple, 250 ahead of the next best person. We've got Redfin, KW Preferred Properties, Compass, KW Capital Properties, EXP, Potomac Commercial, Bennett Realty Solutions, and Century 21. I mean, we're talking some of these companies that I know are really well known around here. We're talking 4 times what some of these companies did, over 4 times.
You guys kicked ass. I love it. Sorry.
She went for the cheap pop on that one.
I get very excited.
What's the crazy is if you guys look at some of just the rocket, how quick this is done, is awesome. So I love this chart with the numbers, and this is something I'm going to talk to Carl about if we want to change this anyway. But I love this graph. But we want to put this out. We're going to get it on the resources section. If I were any of you going to go to a listing presentation or buyer presentation, I would have this in there saying that you work for the brokers who sold the most homes in Prince
Well,
George's
and
County
drop it
last
on
year.
your social media accounts
Oh,
and
yeah.
push it out. Because
I want to see this shared all over the place.
Because what that does is it not only lets your people be proud of you, but it reminds them that you're in real estate and that you work for the company that's selling the most homes. So it's a huge social media, that reticular activation for your clients. It's just a huge, wonderful piece that you can push out to help you stand above everybody else as well.
That's pretty cool. It'll be on the
It'll
Nest.
be on the Cardinal Nest today. We just have to get it loaded.
If the graphic's not up now, then it will be.
Hey,
but
Bethany,
this
put that
morning.
graphic up.
Yeah. Whoever's out there watching.
She's watching.
Is she okay? Bethany, get it up there now. Top resources, Brooke. So in the top resource section at the bottom or in the resource in the library. But you can download that. And we'll also share it on our social medias today, so you can share that as well. But that's awesome stuff. And look, what was it? Probably 4 years ago that we were standing in this place empty. And we had just opened National Harbor. That was the only office in all of Maryland. And Hal's nodding his head back there because that's about the time we met you, right? Probably 4 years ago almost. But we didn't have any of this. We weren't even on this chart, that's for sure. We're down like that 1-200 range.
We've come so far, baby.
Just 4 years ago, and look at it now. So it's pretty awesome stuff. So look, we didn't sell any of these homes. That's all on you all. Fantastic job. Congratulations to all of you all. Fantastic stuff. And next year, that gap's just going to get bigger because this number's getting smaller. I tell you that much. I know that much. So exciting stuff to start off the day here with our sales meeting. So we'll get that graphic out to everybody so you can share that.
And it's amazing. We've been putting some graphs out that that really show what our growth trajectory has been in comparison to others. And I don't know if you guys have seen on the Nest or watched the last sales meeting, but we literally had a chart where Samson's growth was like this. And our biggest, closest competitor that's the most well-known in our entire DMV marketplace was like this. Completely opposite.
You mean the one we passed there that's in second too?
That one. That one. We don't need a bigger TV.
That's fantastic. Carl said we're going to need a bigger TV.
Boat. We need a bigger boat. Yes.
So we can get that longer next year. But it's
But it's amazing. And that's all because of you guys.
Just so you guys know, the only reason I don't have the actual graph by market share is because Samson Properties and Samson Property of Maryland, I'm having a tough time getting them on the same number in some of the year-over-year graphs. And the Northern Virginia one was all just Samson Property. So I'm working through that. I want to try to get a market share graph growth type situation, but this is awesome as well.
You know what? It's going to look like this. Sorry.
You okay?
I'm great.
All right, good. All right,
great.
so
it's the little things that make me happy.
we want to talk about some exciting stuff we have going on here today. If you're out there watching or in the room today, if you got a friend that you would love to invite, I'm gonna go down the street after here, Blue Dolphin, beautiful restaurant, and we're gonna have a great lunch and learn. We've got over 50 people, I think, signed up.
Signed up so far.
This
Luke's
is good stuff. So we're excited about today. Lots of great possible recruits to Samson Properties. But if you've got somebody that would want to hear about us, come down to Blue Dolphin. We'll feed you a good lunch. And you got to listen to me talk for a little bit, unfortunately. But
it's going to be a lot of Donnie today.
A lot of Donnie today. So it's exciting. Sarah can't wait. She's excited. Sarah comes in, she grabs dessert, stuffs her face. I make fun of her for eating dessert, and then she goes back to Virginia.
That is a true story.
True. You didn't like that? It's true. She admits it.
It's so facts. And it's facts because life is short, friends. Eat dessert first. Just like I ate the bacon, I mean dessert
they were
first.
looking for a quote for you for National Women's Day.
Eat dessert
there
first.
There it is. Life is short. Eat dessert first. That's the quote.
That's the winner.
That's the winner. Who was it, Brooke or Brittany? Brittany, that is Sarah's quote. Okay.
Life is short. Eat dessert first.
Perfect.
Yes. And bacon.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we're excited about this. My man Thomas, our marketing coordinator, he's going to come out March 9th, which is tomorrow? Tomorrow, right?
All day.
Yes. So tomorrow he's going to National Harbor, 10:30 to 12. I'm looking at Jackie. I'm like, tomorrow, like she knows the date more than me.
You know
but she does.
You have your calendar imprinted right here, right?
So we're going to be in National Harbor with Jackie and that office tomorrow. He's going to be doing a print marketing workshops. That's exciting stuff. Come on tomorrow to National Harbor. And then Friday he's going to Silver Spring, 10:30 to 12. Travis Levi, the crew out there at Silver Spring. So excited to bring our some of our training on the road to you guys in the next couple
what
days.
that is for anybody that's interested, it is how to use the materials, the postcards, the brochures, how to use all of those different materials to market your business, and then how to use the new e-commerce storefront, the Print Center, to run that stuff through automatically so that you've got that self-service portal. So he's going to be teaching that. if you have a laptop or an iPad that you use regularly, bring it, because you can follow along and do click, click, click right with him. So he will teach you how to do it, and you can follow along in workshop style as well.
Can we talk about this graphic?
Yes, I like everybody has a Samson property shirt.
I like that. It's a little freaky without the faces, though.
I do need some eyeballs.
It's freaking me out a little bit.
I need some eyeballs.
I like the man bun.
Yeah, the man bun.
The man bun is pushing it a little bit too far for
Are
me.
you sure? Is that a man bun? Is that a man
I don't
bun?
mind about the
green hair.
No, because one
The
day
green
when
hair
I'm
was
old,
cool.
when I'm really, really old, I'm going for purple. Like, I will dye my head purple.
Really?
And,
Are you?
Yeah.
Your daughter did that already, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I dyed my son's hair when he was like...
Apple tree right there.
Oh, yeah, she's apple and tree. But when my son was little, he wanted to be It, because, you know, like It 1 and It 2 or whatever. So I dyed his hair blue, like bright royal cobalt blue, like he neon blued, because it was for his summer camp at his daycare. And he says, I want to be red, white, blue. So I put him in like a white shirt, red pants, and I dyed his hair blue, and I sent him to school. Well, he has platinum blonde hair. So it just took. Well, his dad decided he needed a haircut because it was shaggy. I'd let it get shaggy. Well, he went and had his head like #1. Well, his head was tie-dyed for like a month because I didn't pay any attention. I just went, you need blue hair? Boom, 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 boom. You know, I did it myself. His whole scalp was tie-dyed for months. It was awesome.
Mom
So just be
of
a
the
little
year,
careful.
Mom of the year, Sarah Mormon. All
Mom of the
right.
year right here. Yes.
Some other exciting things we have coming up. Yes, ma'am.
The print, is it for t-shirts? Or
No.
No, just for material.
The print, that's just the materials.
Paper, just the marketing
No,
material.
I just hit my ADD took over. I started joking
Yes.
about the T-shirts. No, you
No,
can
we
order
have-
all gear on Samson Shop right on the Cardinal Nest.
Yep.
Click Samson Shop, and they've got 2 different
We
storefronts
outsource
that you
that
can
to
outsource that.
Yep.
But the print workshop is really just for all that print marketing materials.
You know, it's our graphics, it's our brochures, it's our print postcards, it's all of those, and then how to use them,
Yep.
and when you should use them, and then how to set them up so that they run through the print center.
And a reminder, guys, if you guys aren't using them, and we give you 200 free postcards for every open house, 200 free postcards for every just listed. That is free stuff to get out there and get that new business. And, you know, on top of that, the prices are super cheap. So, you know, I probably should push that even more. I get tired of talking about lunch and learns, but I should push it here more. Like the other one, I don't have one in front of me, is the one that I think that every single person should do. And I've often joked that I wish I could mandate it to everybody, but I guess free will is something that exists with everybody. But
Minor detail.
Minor detail.
Minor
The
detail.
4-page newsletter. I don't have one in front of me. So imagine I'm holding a 4-page newsletter. I would find the 200 people in your life that you know. Sphere of influence. Your past clients, your people in your church group, the people in your lacrosse parents or your basketball parents. You can find 200 people you know. Okay?
I mean, shoot, your hairdresser, your bartender, your neighbor, right?
Well, in theory, you just need their address. And we can find all those addresses if they own a home and you generally know what city they live in. It might take a little detective work, but your list is probably already 200 deep. So you get that 4-page newsletter, all right, it's customizable. Send it to those people every month. And I would have the first 3 pages be professional. The first page would be what I know, what's going on in the market today. The second page might be all about, you know, here are some recent sales that I've done or my team's done or my local office has done or something interesting about what's going on with Samson. The third page, market data, what's going on in the market today. Find an interesting article to plug in there. Or we've got graphs on different market conditions out there. 3 pages professional, but also spun towards what you and your company, or you and what's going on with your business. And the 4th page, some people think I'm crazy. It would be personal. Mm-hmm. It would be, mine would be me and my 4 girls. I'd have pictures of me and Meredith and the girls that, oh, here's Ava and Sophie in high school basketball. They had a great high school basketball season. Or here's Molly with the 5th grade team. Or here's Lily singing in her big performance she had over Christmas.
Yeah, the things that are important to you.
The things that are important to you. Because remember, these are the 200 people that know you, right? These aren't make-believe people going to farm an area. These are people that know you, that you want to remind them that you're a professional in the business. And then that connection to you. Either they're already friends with you and they want to know what's going on, or they're your past clients. But they, in theory, you want them to call you again because they remember that they liked you the first time. Now, 200 pieces. It's $1.50 each. 4 pages, premium newsletter, in the mail, $1.50 mail, all that. $1.50 each. People are like, Donna, it's $300. Okay, it's $300 a month. Times 12, that's $3,600 a year. Okay, it sounds like a lot of
I spend more
money.
than that on Starbucks.
Well, that's a different problem.
Well,
$3,600 a month,
cost of
$3,600 a year though, guys. What's the average commission? $12,000, $10,000?
Just
You
one
need
deal.
one every 4 years to pay for it? You're going to get 10, 20, 25 referrals from these people this year. The stats tell you 13% of people do something themselves. That means 26 of these 200 people are doing a transaction themselves this year. Forget about how many people they're going to tell or their cousins, their referrals. You know why the number, I'm on a tangent here, but
You are, but go ahead.
I'm all fired up. Guys, people don't call you back because they don't remember who you are. Getting new business is 20 times harder than keeping the business and the people that already like you. So this 4-page newsletter, and look, Print Center, they're going to focus on the postcards and all that, but the newsletter's part of that as well.
The newsletter's in that storefront as well. The newsletter framings are set up. You don't have to do all the heavy lifting when it comes to, well, how big should this block be and what should go in there? It allows you to pull things out and put things in to be able to customize it to the way you want to, put your face, your name. You can use standard articles that we've already put in there for you. Customize some of it to your local area. Don't use Northern Virginia stats for PG County, etc. Put stuff in about your family, not necessarily Donnie's family.
That will play better. Pictures of me
better.
with my girls isn't going to work for you.
They're not going to know who he is, right? But customize it a little bit, and all that's in the Print Center as well, and Thomas can teach you guys how to do that also.
You cannot convince me you're not going to create more business and work your bubble and your sphere of influence much better if you connect with them in a real professional and personal way. So I got going into the Print Center thing, but it brings up
a bigger topic as well, that you've done the heavy lifting already. You have already secured that client or that relationship. Don't let it go so that you have to go find another one. Stay in touch with people. People's psychology, buyers and sellers' psychology is they're afraid that we're just there to earn the money and walk away. Well, when we earn the money and don't call them back, we have fed into that fear of earning the money and walking away. Stay in touch, pour into them. Hey, here's a great plumber. Hey, here's some curb appeal. Hey, how are you? I was driving by the neighborhood and I just wanted to see you. Look, if you don't want to talk to them because you don't want to talk on the phone, pull out your phone video and say, hey, I was driving down the street. I just happened to think about you. The last time I was here, we looked at that crazy house with the red shag carpet. Remember that? Hope you're having a great day. Boop. Send. You don't even have to talk to them. Right? Just get in front of them. Text them, video them, email them, talk to them.
I'm going to close this little diatribe at both of us with one stat. I don't know what you think about.
Because neither one of us can go off on a tangent.
National Association, yeah, it's all right. They gave us the mics. They're stuck with their tangents now. National Association of Realtors puts out a study every year, guys. 91% of people said they were happy with their realtor and they're going to use that realtor again. 91%. That means generally up front we do a fairly good job as a industry. Do you know what percentage of people use the same realtor again?
Tell us, Donnie.
13%. 13% of people use the same realtor again. Guys, if I had it all do over again, what I tell every newer realtor and every experienced realtor, it's never too late to start, is if you just got closer to the 91% of people that already knew you and liked you to begin with,
you did
to
have
keep
lifted
using
already.
you, you're going to live and be successful forever. The problem is we all fall into that 13% range because we don't do things like market to them and reach out to them and connect with them. And then they forget who you are 6, 7, 8 years from now when they go to use another realtor. They've met somebody else that actually has done a better job of appealing to them than
I'm going to give you a quick summarizing story of this.
I know what story she's doing.
20 years ago. I know I'm only 10, but 20 years ago.
Eh.
My first foray into real estate people's mentality, I was out looking at a house with a client. I was so bad. Dude was sitting in a van. And I'm like, sure, you want to see it? Come on in. Like, I didn't know who this person was. It was really bad. Safety was not a concern. But I ended up riding with those people, not on that house, but on another house. I had engaged with them. I got to know them. We went to lunch. We looked at houses. I got them with the lender. I worked with those people for 4 months and found them a house. Lo and behold, wouldn't you know that my phone rang a week before settlement, and it was an agent in my office at the time who came to tell me, they're my clients. You owe me half. I said, I'm sorry, what? So he told me they were his clients, that I owed them half. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's bizarre. So I did a little research in what was then Matrix, for anybody that remembers good old Matrix, right? And I found out that sure enough, he had sold them a house 7 years prior. 7 years prior. So I called my client and I said, hey, just a quick question. Do you know?
Come on,
Joe.
say the name.
Joe.
You know the name.
I do know the name. That person's still alive and kicking, so I'm going to say Joe. That person's name is Joe. Not with Samson, though. Joe. He says, I do.
Yet. Not with Samson yet.
I said, we don't want everybody.
Okay.
We don't want everybody. I said, do you know Joe? And he says, oh, Joe. Oh, I do know Joe. And I said, well, when was the last time you talked to Joe? He said, let me see. I think I might have gotten a Christmas card from him a couple of years ago, but I haven't physically talked to him since settlement when he sold me this house. And I went, oh, okay. So at the time, my broker came to me and said, I got a call from Joe. You need to split the commission. And I went hell to the no. I said, here's why. I talked to the client. The client said he has gotten a Christmas card from him 2 years ago, and he has not physically had a conversation with him since the day of settlement. This is Joe's problem, not my problem. He harassed me for months after settlement about how I owed him that money and told everybody in the office that I had not given him his due commission. People, we don't own people. Free will. So that was my first foray into the mindset of realtors who say, well, they're my clients, they're my clients, they're my clients. And my question to you is when was the last time you talked to them?
Right. Well, and talk to them
Right.
obviously is the number one thing, but I'm going to promise you this. If Joe had sent them 84 newsletters,
They would not have
and done all
picked up
these
Sarah
things,
in the middle of the
they
parking
would
lot.
not have called Sarah. They would have called Joe when they were, unless they just didn't like Joe, which sounds like it's entirely possible.
No, they liked him
But-
fine. They liked him fine. But he never communicated with them. They said, well, we never heard from him
then
again.
they probably would have called him, right?
Right.
But they're not going to remember
reach
if, you
out and
never,
talk to your
if you
people.
never connect.
Yes.
All right, that print marketing workshop. Who
Wow,
knew
that
we were
went
gonna
off
get
on a
into it? That
tangent.
slide.
Yes.
All right.
Coming
But
up next, we
agent
have
orientations.
agent orientations.
So neither one of these are too close to here, but I kept it in here for this reason. Guys, look for this. Lisa and Catherine are doing these all over town, all over Maryland, all over D.C. Technically, you can go to Gainesville or Chantilly, but most of them are a hike from here. But we have 2 or 3 of these every single week. So check the calendar for these agent orientations.
The agent orientations are a complete overview of all people, all tools, all resources, everything that you've got within Samson to implement in your business. They will give you a complete overview of everything, tell you who to contact for more of a deeper dive into all of those subject areas. So if you're new to Samson and you've never been to an orientation, hit one up. It'll tell you all the things. If you have been disconnected for a while and you're not quite sure what's going on or what new systems that we've rolled out, you can go to those as well because it just gives you some insight into things that we're working on right now. Oh, look, superhero.
Next Tuesday.
So just FYI, we did take a little poll in our marketing meeting on whether Donnie should dress up as Batman.
We are not going to do that.
He would not do
I'm
that.
not going to dress up as Batman. Our next Tuesday, we are going to be at the Harford County Association of Realtors Trade Show. So just want to give you guys a heads up if you're watching out in Harford County or somewhere around there. It's going to be fun. Hi, Catherine. We're going to be at the trade show. We're actually going to be participating in the Family Feud. So me and Barbara Pritchard and I and a couple others, I think Shirley.
I need somebody who's going to be there. I'm not going to be there that day. I'm going to need somebody to videotape that
Yes.
Family Feud for me.
Oh,
just
Catherine's going
Catherine's
to
going to videotape. Thank
she
you,
just
friends.
volunteered.
We'll
So
just post that on the Nest.
We'll
That'll
have
be fun.
some fun next week there. So the Harford County Trade Show, Association of Realtors Trade Show is next week.
But if you are in the area, stop by, talk to them, give them some support, woot them on for the Family Feud.
Yes.
Yes.
Do the wooting.
Woot,
Our
woot,
next
woot for
sales
me.
meeting next week for our whole company is Stafford office. We'll be down in our Stafford office during the day for our sales meeting. Then we'll do the Augustine Golf Club for lunch and learn after that. And then the last lunch and learn for March, as the FY, is in One Loudon. You've been out there, beautiful location. Eddie Merlot is one of my personal favorite restaurants. So excited about that. And then March 30th, I get to have dinner with Carl and lots of other fun people. We're going to have.
Woot, woot.
So.
See, you're a good woot-wooter.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
you're
be
a
at
good
the PG
woot-wooter.
Car Awards Gala. We've got so many people that are going to take home awards that day.
That is super exciting,
We've
you
got
guys.
at least 2 tables, and hopefully we can have a lot more people come out. We're going to be at Martin's Crosswinds Thursday, March 30th. So if you're in PG Car, we'd love to see you at the awards gala. We're going to make some noise and make sure that they're aware that we're there. We'll be having some fun, doing some dancing. I'm going to make Meredith dance.
I love it.
My wife is not dancing. She will laugh at me dancing, but we're going to have a good time. So PG Car Awards Gala, looking forward to that on the 30th to close out the month as well. I forgot what was next. I was having so
Facebook
fun
pages.
talking about PG Car. Oh, yes.
Yes, we are built out Samson Facebook pages for your office. We're doing that because we want engagement on what's going on in the local areas. We want office engagement. We want you to know what's going on and talk to other people to help you just really get energy going and just talk to other people and have that relationship. So if you flip the page,
Well, yep.
you've got all of these QR codes for the offices we've already built out. So if you want to belong to any of those pages, you can do that. We encourage you to do that. There's a lot of activity going on.
I also want to encourage you guys to join our main Facebook agent group. Now, the Facebook page is great. That's more for the public.
Yes.
But the Samson Properties agent group, if you're not in there yet, get in there. We have like 2,000 people. There's great dialogue. There's great interaction. You can put your just listings on there. We used to have a separate board.
We used to have 2 boards. Now we're
putting
down
them
to
all in
1.
there. So put your coming soon boards in there. Interact with each other. The local boards are great because your local can be more localized. You don't feel as bad, putting up specific local information in there and interact with each other. But the main Facebook agent group is a great place to connect with each other. I still love our message boards in the Nest, which are very organized and a way to talk about specific topics. But the Facebook group is another great way to connect with everybody within our brokerage.
Yeah, and that's Samson Properties agent page, agent group. You can click on that.
I think that's probably
join.
main profile.
I think it probably is. No, that's the Samson Properties. That's the external.
The main page?
Yeah.
Samson Properties agent group.
Agent group. It's
Samson
the
Properties
agent group is the one you want to join. And that's the one, again, put your coming soons, put your buyer needs, have your conversations about, guys, I ran into this contract issue. What do you think?
Separate question. Please just answer the questions. I know the membership questions seem annoying, but when you don't answer, then one of us has to be like, your Facebook profile might not look like your regular. Then one of us, me or Sarah, Brittany, or one of us, can be like, all right, who is this person? Okay.
And then you don't put your picture in the Cardinal Nest, and then I
we're
can't
like,
find you on the roster because you spelled your name
so then we're not going to
differently.
accept
It makes it difficult.
you. Just
Yeah.
put, are you a Samson agent?
You would
Yes.
know the details. What the
It's not that hard. It says, are you a Samson agent? Yes.
Yes.
When did
Who's
you join?
the broker? That would be
Yes.
Donnie.
Yeah.
Donnie's the broker.
Just answer like 2 questions so we know who you are, because we
Yes.
can't have non-agents in there. The reason is
because we're putting coming soons in there that we cannot
right,
necessarily
technically we're
advertise
not allowed
out.
to advertise those to other
So you
agents
have to be
outside of our
agents-
brokerage.
you have to be Samson to
You
be in
have
there.
to be Samson. That's the check for that. So just a side pet peeve,
Yes.
because I'll have, right now I probably have 10 of them in there, the one approval, and 6 of you have no recognizable information on there for us to figure out who you
Yes.
are. And then your
profile
and then
still
your
says
profile's
3
private,
companies
so
ago,
it's got like
and
one
we're
picture.
like, I don't know who you are. Yes.
So this is just a couple snapshots.
We had a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun last Friday. Hopefully we were all able to tune in. I know a lot of people, Flo D, Carl, a bunch of people in the room got lots of great awards. So we had a great day on Friday at our award ceremony. We did have a good time. This one
We did.
We don't look very happy in some of these. But
Look, I had permagrin on. I don't know about you. There's permagrin.
there was. We had a good time.
Yeah.
A lot of Danny up there. A lot of
look
good
at that.
A lot of good
Dan
Danny
the
man up
man.
there. But we had a great award ceremony last Friday, so hopefully you guys were able to tune in. If not, you can always check up and watch. Now, a lot of you probably noticed yesterday on Facebook and Instagram, we are doing the 12 days of celebrating us on Facebook and Instagram. Yesterday was all,
Gold.
Monday was all the top Cardinal teams, teams and individuals that support a Cardinal Title group. Yesterday was all gold volumes. If you did 5 million or more, we put all those pages up there. We're going to put every award and give those shine. Go, find your name, reshare that to your people. Be proud of those awards that we've got. In
The other
conjunction
cool
with
thing
that,
is
is it the next one?
It is. Just click it
good.
one more slide.
Yep.
We've put up graphics that you can use. So if you want to take that with your name and put your picture with it, and if you want to have some individual publicity for your award in your production, go on the Cardinal Nest. It's in the Resource Center. It's in the library, and it's in the top agent page. You can go in, download whether or not you're gold, platinum, or diamond, and you can put your name, and then you can put whether it's transactions or units for 2022, and let your friends, family, and social network
those on all
share
your
in
socials.
your excitement.
I'd put it in your email signature if you want to.
Yep.
These are really cool, slick, really clean, nice, professional graphics. You guys can put your picture on and share them all over. I've seen a couple of people take advantage of that already. But he tried to turn it off and he downloaded it. It went to like a different song.
It went to a different song and louder.
I don't even think it's a call. I think he's just playing music. He's DJing over here for us. So we got these graphics, which are great for you to download. Celebrate your awards,
Yes.
gold, platinum, or diamond.
We're
Put them
proud
all
of
over.
you. Your people will be proud of you. Throw it up there.
Absolutely. This
All right,
is you.
awesome new update in SkySlope. So now when you're doing
Finally.
when you're doing your SkySlope
2
file,
years later.
yes, you can assign your seller or your landlord. You can assign your tenant or your purchaser. You now can assign your broker. Woo! So when you go in and you need a broker signature, you put Carl Harper. You assign the role as broker, and then you put Carl Harper in the second signing group, not the first signing group. Buyer, seller, tenant.
Or any of the other lovely
Yes.
brokers in this room. We have
Yes,
lots.
and I use that as
The
my
Fernando,
example.
the Wilsons,
Yes,
we got Jackie,
any of them,
we got
but this
lots.
is my example. But when you send it out, principals first. So buyer, seller, tenant, landlord goes in the first signing group. The second signing group is going to be the broker. Why? Because the broker is not going to sign anything that your clients have not signed first, right? Your listing agreements, your buy agreements, all that kind of thing go to your clients in the first signing group. You just add signing group, you drop their name down in it, you send it off, and then you don't have to drop signature boxes and resend and do all the things. It's automatically mapped for you. It will save you 13 whole seconds, but a big pain in the butt when you build your forms.
If you've got, if you have questions on that and you can't figure it out, I think it's pretty easy once you get going there.
It is.
Remember, we've got Stephanie Burke, our great SkySlope trainer. I believe she's S. Burke at Samson Properties.
She is, and a big shout out because she's been like hounding incessantly SkySlope to fix this
great
mapping.
SkySlope trainer and our agent service specialists, Catherine and Lisa, and Shannon
team,
and all the whole team. They can help you individually too if you need some help with some of that stuff. But try it first. I think it's pretty simple, but we finally have that feature and it saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, it does.
Now I see my man in the hall there, Bruce Stern's hanging out. I'm gonna bring Bruce Stern up to the stage, our managing attorney for Maryland and DC Cardinal Title Group. We're going to clear your stage here so you don't trip over all of our papers.
Yeah, we just throw stuff.
Welcome, Bruce. How you doing?
Hi, Bruce.
Fantastic. Look at this crowd. This is
I
unbelievable.
know, it's fantastic.
We've got
This is a
holdover,
great
we've got
office.
streaming, I know.
It's fantastic.
It's good stuff. Thank you all for coming out. It makes it much more fun. We bring the energy.
Oh, I see the word
Absolutely.
prize.
Oh, there's
Yes,
a prize.
we'll get to the prize, but
Oh,
that's
I
not
got the word,
first.
sorry.
Yeah, you jump. It's like
You got to do
dessert.
the work first. Don't
Right.
skip ahead.
I saw the word
Exactly.
prize. I got excited.
Good morning,
Am I allowed
everybody.
to? I'll ask when I get there.
What's
Good
that?
morning. Oh, sorry, I interrupted.
Donnie wants to
Good-
win. Let me
I
just
wanna
point
win
that
the
out right
prize.
now.
Yes, you're
Good
gonna
morning,
win.
everyone.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bruce Stern. I'm the managing attorney for Cardinal Title. It's great to be here again. Carl has a great office here, and it's great to see so many people out today. What I like to do in the sales meetings is talk about issues that have come up over the last couple weeks. And one of the things that we talked about at the last sales meeting last month was Baltimore City liens, tax certificates. So we need to get a tax certificate in Baltimore City before we can close on a property. And for the last several months, or actually close probably to about a year now, Baltimore City's been very backed up getting those tax certificates out. It's been taking them more than 30 days, which obviously affects closing because we can't close without a tax certificate in Baltimore City. Well, good news, we got an update this week, a couple days ago. The Maryland Land Title Association met with Baltimore City to talk about the tax certificates, and they advised them that they were now almost fully staffed, and they were only taking 10 days to get tax certificates out.
Woohoo!
Nice.
There you go.
But
However,
I talked to
I
my
believe
staff.
it when I see it.
Right. I talked to our processors who handle our Baltimore City closings, and they're telling me it's still taking 30 days to get a tax certificate. So I know the city's working on it, but we haven't seen the fruits of that yet.
so please plan accordingly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plan accordingly. We're not going to get a tax certificate for at least 30 days, which means we can't close for at least 30 days. So keep that in mind when you're scheduling your Baltimore City deals. And I'll keep you updated on things as they continue, but that's the status right now. Another thing I want to talk about is, obviously most of you know we use Qualia. We send you information via Qualia. We send your clients information via Qualia. And we send very important information, okay? And what we're finding is that most clients aren't reading the information we send. So if you can just stress to your clients that it's very important for them to read the information they get from us. It talks about closing, what they're going to need, some of our procedures, and it's very helpful if they know that before they walk up to the
Some of the
settlement
things
table.
they need to do.
Exactly. And one of the things they need to do
Minor
is,
detail, people, minor detail.
a very important detail is they need to wire their proceeds to us. Okay, and we stress that in all the information we send to them, and you should be stressing that to your clients as well too. They can't come to closing with a cashier's check for $250,000, because it's not good in marketable funds. And they can't come, and I actually had a situation where someone whipped out their checkbook to write a check for about $325,000.
That
So
seems fine.
When
he
you
thought
take-
there was
when
nothing
you
wrong
take
with
cash.
that.
They weren't just good for it?
Right, exactly right. Well, we actually took cash
I was going
once.
to say, what happens if somebody like rolls on up with a trash bag and goes,
They actually,
I call the authorities.
to tell you the truth, we actually did that once.
You did?
And I had to drive to the bank with them. They brought the money to the bank and deposited the money at the bank. I wouldn't take it from them because if we got robbed, then we'd be on the hook for it.
oh, good call
So,
there, Bruce. Good
yes.
So as a side note, we talk about wiring funds. Where do you get wiring instructions from?
They come from Qualia.
call.
Well, yeah. Should
Qualia.
we take them from random emails that
No.
come from Bruce Stern, but a regular email address?
No.
No.
Yeah, you
That
should
means
always.
somebody is spoofing Bruce.
Right.
Never take wiring instructions from emails. Instruct your clients early never to take wiring instructions from emails.
Or, frankly, random weird text numbers.
Yes.
right?
Oh,
and again,
let's make that blanket
we
announcement
are.
right now. I
None
don't
of
want
us are
gift
asking
cards.
for.
Carl doesn't want gift cards. Well, he might. I'm just kidding. I don't want
Danny is
Danny
not
Samson
texting you.
definitely is not texting you asking for gift
But
cards.
the current
okay?
one right now is Danny Samson's with an S. That's the current one going on.
I have heard
Yes.
from at least 50 of you about the gift card
Yes,
thing. I
guys, we
understand.
know we
It's
get
not
it
me.
every couple of
It's not
days. We
me.
get it.
I promise.
Yes.
Sorry. go
Somebody
on.
should just mine in the numbers and just
Please do
mailing it
not
out.
fall
It's
for
spam.
it.
Do not fall
The
for it.
first time I text you in my life will not be to ask for a gift card. I promise. Okay. People are like, "Is this you?" It's like, "Do you think that's the first text I would ever send to you in my life?"
The best part though is when we're standing somewhere together and I get a text from him that says that he needs gift cards, and I'll be like, "Oh, look, you need gift cards." Yes.
So just make sure that your clients wire their funds. A lot of what we found recently is loan officers are saying, oh, you don't have to wire funds, just bring a cashier's check. So they need to wire us their funds. They need to do it timely too. If they're closing at 4 o'clock on a Friday, they shouldn't wire their funds at 2 p.m. We're not going to get them in time, which means the seller is going to tell your client, sorry, I'm not giving you keys till the money comes in. So be wary of that. Obviously, they should be getting CDs 3 days before closing. Once they get a CD, they have the numbers to wire us the proceeds. You should encourage your clients to wire the funds the day before closing, just to make sure that we have them on time. There are no issues with the funding. Again, I've talked about this a lot, remote online notarization. We can do that for our clients. It's that we'd really like your sellers to do that, or the sellers to a transaction to do that. It makes it much more flexible for us. It's actually more secure for us when we're doing a remote online notarization, because all parties to that have to go through a KBA. It's called a knowledge-based assessment. It's basically like a background check. And if they don't pass, they can't sign the documents. So it helps us ensure that the sellers are who they say they are. So we'd really like you to encourage your clients and the parties, if you're representing the buyers, to sign remotely.
And don't forget to have them pull their credit history beforehand so that they can answer all said questions on the
and look,
knowledge-based
if
assessment.
you've had sellers fail that stuff, obviously you want to keep at it so you get it. But it's serious stuff, guys. There was just a case where somebody really did steal somebody's identity and attempt to sell a property that wasn't them, and all the IDs and everything looked great, but they would never have been able to pass something like this Ron situation because they wouldn't have known enough information about that person. So it's real life stuff. The bad guys are super smart, okay, and they're getting smarter. So yes, it means that we have to jump through a couple more hoops and it becomes a little bit more annoying, and I understand that. Try to take the anger off of the title company, making sure, because the last thing you want to do is be a part of one of these transactions where hundreds of thousands of dollars go to the wrong place. So we have to take these extra steps, because I know you all don't see it every day, but we do with all the things going on. We hear the stories, whether it's through Cardinal that we're able to block or other type of companies that we see. There are tons of stories out here of people, really, really beating the system. So that's why there's these extra layers of protection out there. It's not because we're annoying. It's because we want to make sure that everybody's money is protected. I mean, we might be annoying. That might be a separate thing. But we're trying to protect everybody's hard-earned money during these transactions to make sure they don't go the wrong place.
Well, and it's not just the hard-earned money, too. It's the heartbreak and the stress. I mean, imagine if a bad guy did this, sold a property, passed all the signings and things because he didn't use the knowledge-based assessment. Your clients move in, they've moved their family in, they've done whatever, and the rightful owner of the property comes back and goes, what are you doing in my house? I didn't sell you this house. And it's the true person. But they got through because they had a fake ID, right? And they were able to walk in and prove who they were, and the money's gone to the Caymans. Well, what's going to happen? That property wasn't sold rightfully. That property's going to go back to that seller. Your poor buyers are now going to go through all of that heartache and headache, which then leads into title insurance and stuff. So please don't ever, that's my next, let me stand on the soapbox. Don't ever, 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 ever tell your clients they do not need title insurance, because this is the exact example of why that stuff helps you.
Look, they want to make that decision. That's on them. I would certainly try to talk it out of them if I were you, but I would never, ever, ever, as the real estate professional,
I've
give that
heard
advice.
agents say, oh, you don't need that. What the heck is wrong with you? Yes, you do.
Till something happens.
Till something happens.
And then you're the one in court that told them not to.
And remember, the thing is you guys see what's in your world, right? You see what is happening with you talking to the few people that are around you or the people that are in your network. We're seeing what's happening industry-wide and all of this. It's happening every week to people with all the different title companies in the industry. Very, very important to know that.
Right, and it's interesting talking about the title insurance is sometimes the loan officers will tell their clients because maybe they're short on cash, they don't want to bring so much to the table, they'll tell them not to get title insurance, but you'll never once see a situation where the lender doesn't require lender's title
Right,
insurance.
if they do,
and there's a reason why.
There's a reason, right.
And getting back to raw closings for a second too, sellers love it actually because they don't have to leave their house to do the closing. I'm going to bring up Jessica Erler in just a minute so you all can meet Jessica. But Jessica did a raw closing recently with a seller. The guy was in his bed doing the closing and sold his house from his bed. So how awesome is that? So
How you doing?
Jessica can tell you whether he's dressed well or not.
Just make sure he has on pants.
Exactly. Okay. When you're scheduling a closing at the end of the month, okay, and we always kind of tell you not to do that. It's now the spring market. We're going to be very busy month end. February, we were just slammed. Okay, March and April, May, going to be much worse. So if you're going to schedule a closing for the end of the month, make sure you get it on our calendar. You pick a time with your client, and you get it on our calendar as soon as possible. If you've got a closing on March 30th, don't call us on March 29th and say, I want the 1 o'clock slot. It's not going to be available. So schedule closings early. Talk to your processors.
And look, guys, I'm telling you now, don't do last Friday of the month. You're setting yourselves up for a problem. Okay, look, we're going to break our neck at Cardinal to do whatever we can. And First Heritage, I see a bunch of loan officers here. But look, if there's 22 closings on this day and 3 on Thursday, which day would you rather be on?
Well,
Thursday.
not for nothing, because
Think
you know
ahead of
what's going
time.
to happen.
You're going to get in front of what the lender, whether it's our lender or somebody else's lender, you want to be in the front of their queue, make sure that file's done, not in the middle of that storm. Or the 9 and 10 o'clock were late, so all of a sudden everybody's day stinks. Okay?
Right, because
Get it in
they
the
decided
Thursday,
to do the
Wednesday.
walkthrough 5 minutes before settlement, or they didn't wire their money
Do
in, and
not
now they have to go to the
schedule
bank.
Friday,
Right?
the last day of the month. You are asking for trouble.
I agree. Okay.
Bruce, just let me finish.
No, we're all good. It's all good.
Bring in the juice.
Right. Draft altas. We always send out draft altas to agents. Just a reminder, review them when you get them. Don't wait till the day of close and get them in case there's any issues.
Oh.
I know all of you are going to look at the commission first. You're going to look at the
Please
brokerage
just
fee
look at
second.
them. Just look at them.
Yeah, just take a look at it. Takes 5 minutes. Make sure everything looks good to you and we have everything right. An issue that's come up a lot in the last couple weeks, non-resident aliens who are sellers. Okay, they may be subject to FERPTA. Okay, a lot of times we're not getting information in advance about the tax status of non-resident aliens before closing. The sooner we can get that, obviously, the better. And just so you know, if someone who's a non-resident alien has an LLC and the LLC is the owner of the property, it's actually a pass-through, so we need to know the member's tax status. So just keep that in mind. A lot of people don't realize that. Yes, ma'am.
Hold on one second. Let me get this to you so that we can hear you. Thank you.
I'm glad you brought that up because
Yes.
we have a potential client that moved to South Carolina maybe about a year ago.
Okay.
And if their ID still shows a Maryland address of that property, what would you look at? Would you look at the ID, or would you look at where their body physically is?
Sure. That relates to the Maryland withholding tax. So if the residence was their principal residence for 2 of the last 5 years, they're still able to claim that exemption from Maryland withholding tax. However, the property must be listed within SDAT records as their principal residence. So if it doesn't show up as their principal residence, they won't qualify if they've been living out of state.
So then if the tax record shows that this is their principal residence, then they won't be charged that 8%?
If they were living in the property for 2 of the last 5 years.
Gotcha.
Okay. And they can always apply to the comptroller's office for an exemption certificate in advance if they submit that request 21 days before closing. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
What's the percentage that they will take from?
8% for an individual, 8.5% for a
So the
company.
question was, what's the percentage they'll take, and it's 8%.
Right. Yeah, exactly right, of the net proceeds. So, okay. We've also been seeing a lot lately in the last couple of weeks, people wanting to close within 10 days. Okay. Now, that's not our preference because right now it's taking us between 7 and 10 days to get our abstracts. We will do our best to close as quickly as possible. But we'd prefer, obviously, if you can extend those dates out. If you want it done within 10 days, we can't promise, but we will try our best to get it done.
So,
obviously, the more time we can get, the better.
So we'll do our best, but I'm going to put a note on that. And look, and maybe I'm talking out of turn, Bruce. You can tell me if
Make
I'm
sure
wrong,
it's
but
quick
a lot of these times it's not even that you want it to close in 10 days. Sometimes it is, but sometimes you wrote the contract for 20 days, 25 days out, but then we didn't get it to the title company.
But you forgot to turn it in.
Until all of a sudden we're 10, 12 days out, and it's now we've created a problem where there didn't need to be one. So that's a heads up to make sure we get it to the title company right away, so that we can start working on it right away.
Right.
Y'all laugh.
Both situations.
Y'all laugh.
Y'all laugh, but
Y'all laugh.
Does that also include cash deals from like investors?
That's
they
where we
already
see-
have the funds.
Well, that's where we see it a lot. Obviously, you don't have to worry about the loan getting approved or anything like that. So a lot of these deals are cash deals, but again, we still have to get the abstract in advance. And then if there are any issues on the abstract, it's going to pose an issue and cause a delay.
So what time frame? How many days do you suggest?
On a cash
15
deal,
day.
15 to 20 would be great. But again, we'll do all our best. But I don't want to set you up to disappoint you that we're not going to be able to get it done in 10 days.
yeah, not saying we're not going to take it. We'll take the deal. We'll do our best, and he's not discouraging that. But also, if it is going to be like that quick, I wouldn't just put it into the queue and then walk away. I'd put it in the queue and then I'd reach out directly to the processor or Bruce or somebody in management and make sure, hey, look, I know this is tight. It's cash deal. It's got to be done in 10 days.
And
That
oh, by
we
the
make
way,
sure-
his name is Robert Smith. So there's 9 million of them out there.
Right.
Have fun.
So
I
we
need
make
that.
sure we get on that right away instead of a regular process. We might need to high alert that property a little bit.
Right, and we also need the seller's cooperation in getting everything done. If there are
Right.
payoffs that have to be ordered and so forth. So what I'd like to do is bring up Jessica Erler. Jessica is our cardinal attorney here in the Bowie office. You want to say a few words to everybody? And Jessica's been with us for about 3 years now. She used to be our National Harbor office. She's been in Bowie for about 6 months now.
All right, awesome. Well, my name is Jessica Erler. I'm in Bowie. My office is right next to Carl's. I recognize a lot of faces, but if you ever need anything, let me know. Really, anything.
What is the max amount for a certified check?
We again,
1,000, 2,000, or-
we'd like to keep it under $5,000.
Yeah, the question was, what's the max amount that Cardinal will accept with certified funds?
Again, the problem is we have to guarantee certified funds to close because obviously the seller wants that and the seller wants their funds. If we get a cashier's check at closing, it's not; those aren't good immediate funds like a wire is. So that's why.
Well, I know that, but I mean, I think at one point I thought. it
Where's
was
the
like
mic? 'Cause she's
15,
talking.
20,000.
We'd like to keep it as low as possible.
Yeah,
So, and obviously, if there's a change in the CD, a last minute change in the CD, we will take a personal check for under $1,000. Okay. So, okay. Next thing I want to talk about. My favorite month is March.
Good job,
Okay.
Jessica. Crushed
Nice
that
job.
there.
Yeah. All right, before you get going, way to go, Hokies. Guys,
No.
Lady Hokies, the ACC win. Whoop, whoop. Sorry.
You jump in at the last. You have no-
I don't like basketball, but I like Hokies and we won. So booyah.
Okay. Much better than the Hokies. My UCLA Bruins ranked number 2 in the nation right now.
There you go.
So
Oh.
the Bruins are
She goes, that's too far away.
the Bruins are going to get a number 1 seed in the
There
tournament.
you
So
go.
what we're doing
That's
is
why he's doing a tournament bracket. right?
exactly
There we
right.
go.
I'm so excited about this year. We're doing a March Madness tournament bracket for you Samson agents, sponsored by Maryland DC Cardinal Title.
It's Maryland, D.C. Donnie, you can't participate.
Can I still enter?
No, you're not Maryland, D.C.
Well, you guys.
Wait a minute.
Well, we'll talk about that in a second. So it's targeted at all our Maryland and DC agents. So don't spread around too much to the Virginia agents because we'll have to let them in.
Oh, and you know that dilutes the pool of y'all winning.
The grand prize is a 40-inch flat screen TV for you. So if you're the
you
winner
go.
of the tournament, you're walking home with a 40-inch Vizio flat screen TV. We're going to present it at the next sales meeting. I'm not sure what office it is, but if you win, please plan on coming
Oh,
to
I
that
didn't even
sales
put that on
meeting.
the slide. The next sales meeting for Maryland, D.C., hopefully y'all can come down. It's at the D.C. office that is the old 1 Street office that we took over.
So Farragut, off of
exciting
Farragut.
stuff. You guys have seen the video. That it's beautiful. We're going to make that announcement or jump in there. It's right at Farragut Square, blocked down. It's a beautiful place. Cool hangout. There's a
Ping pong table.
ping pong
There's a
table.
ping
We're going to
pong
have a little
table.
tournament there, so we'll get after it a little bit. But that's a beautiful office. So we're going to do our April meeting there as a heads up.
It's a great office. So if you're on LinkedIn, add me, Bruce Stern, as a contact.
that's-
We'll get you an invite. Send me an
Pull
email.
up my LinkedIn app.
We'll get it to you. We'll
right,
make sure Donnie's
so
invited.
How many of
so
you
he can
follow
embarrass
basketball?
The
Hold on. How many of you are going to pick based on like the mascot or the colors? Yes.
Those are probably going to be everybody that
And
raised
those
their
are
hand,
the
they
ones
follow
that always
basketball.
win. Yeah,
Probably,
that's how you win.
People that raise their hand, they follow basketball, no chance of winning. Just so you know.
If you pick,
That's me, too.
And,
Because
and if
there's
you pick
always that
the,
upset. But I like that color purple. I think I'm going to pick for them. That always wins.
They have that weird name.
Uh-huh.
and if you pick the Louisville Cardinals to win, we'll upgrade that to 50-inch TV.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen, though.
He says, sure,
Are there any other
I'm
good
paying for that TV,
Stanford
so
Cardinals?
few.
Stanford's not very good this year.
Stanford's
Any
not very
other
good.
Cardinal?
Don't worry about it.
All right. Well,
Okay,
that's fun
great.
stuff. Any questions for Bruce up here before we let him go?
Well, it's great seeing you all here today and great seeing you out there in the Samson universe. Any questions, reach out to any of our Cardinal attorneys. We're here to help you guys.
Thank you
Thank
very
you very
much.
much. Have a great
Appreciate it,
Thank
Bruce.
you so much, Bruce.
I think we got Miss Bowie up here next. Miss Bowie and Bowie. Never gets old.
Never gets old.
Never gets old.
Never does. Hi,
There you
guys.
are. Is it weird to
Yes.
see your face?
It is kind of
Yeah,
weird. It's kind of big.
It never
I don't really
gets,
like
never
it.
gets,
And every once in a while when you pull it up, you're like, oh, wow, my face is big.
it never gets normalized.
It's a lot of light. Good morning, guys. I'm Samantha Bowie. I am in the Bowie office. I do travel through a lot of the locations in Bowie as well. I do have some questions and prizes. My assistant, Alexis, is here. If you guys cannot reach me, you can always reach her. So that does make us a little bit different. I think the number one complaint we get with loan officers is we can't reach them. They don't call us back.
Not First Heritage Loan Officers.
Not
we
us.
always can hear all them.
Okay, so the first question. Do you have the prizes? Okay, the
Oh,
first
with
question.
prizes.
Who has used First Heritage in the last 3 months?
Wait.
Oh, 3 months.
All right,
3
Melvin,
months.
hand went up first.
Melvin
Oh,
won.
that means,
You're
Jackie, you got a
eligible.
prize.
You're eligible. But Melvin's hand went up first.
Yeah, first hand.
Oh.
First hand. Okay. Thank you, Melvin.
You got a prize.
You got a prize. It's coming down.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
All right. So, who has a contract or an active pre-approval currently using? Okay, you went.
No, I
Oh,
don't.
okay,
Got
that's
one right
fine.
here.
Here we go.
Got one right here.
What's your name? Carlton.
Carlton.
Oh yes, good to
Can you
see
do
you.
the Carlton?
Yes.
Hold,
And
hold,
you supposed
please.
to be loved by any.
Go ahead.
No,
Do
no.
it.
Go ahead.
I'm not very
Do
good at it.
it.
I'm not very
Go-
good
it
at
doesn't matter. You've already pulled it out now.
No. Carlton's going to
He's
do it
shy.
for us later.
He's a little shy.
He's not.
Too shy.
After the
I'm
camera.
too shy.
Okay, so how much is the Federal Home Loan Bank grant giving for first-time home buyers and for community members?
12,500. Is that right? That was right here.
15 for first responders.
15. Okay, right here.
We're going to go with her. 15 for community members.
Pass it up.
15,000 for community members was the answer.
So, it is. So your first-time home buyer and or a community member. They're actually considering real estate agents community members, to be
Yes.
quite honest, because they're considered
We don't
essential.
we
They're
don't
they're
deserve
using
it.
essential
That
workers.
question got answered last.
Got to
was
ask.
it last
Yeah.
sales meeting?
Yeah.
That we should not be essential. Oh, but
We
good on
were.
us. We'll
We
get the community
worked.
members.
Yes, essential
Dag nabbit,
workers.
we were all
Essential
over the place.
workers. Okay.
Community
so
awards should be for the
last
real life
question.
superheroes
I
out there,
will
not
agree
us.
with that. Go ahead. Sorry.
I agree with you too.
Yeah.
But
You
essential
agree
during
with what?
COVID. Without, teachers,
That we shouldn't get. It should be
doctors.
teachers,
Yes.
doctors,
Yes.
cops, people
Yes.
that actually
Yes.
work for our
agree.
community,
Yes.
not us. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm thankful for us too.
To drive during COVID, you could
Pretty much, yes. Anything
That's
that's, an
good.
essential worker
Waiver
during
COVID
COVID.
would kind of help you
Exactly.
determine. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
I mean,
last
we were
question.
here during COVID. We got the cops called on us because we had too
Yeah,
many
we
people
did.
in here once.
Right here.
In this room.
Right here.
In
Yes,
this
it
room.
was
So
right
we were
here.
here 3 years ago.
That's
Yes,
crazy.
Because y'all, too many people came.
Too many.
True story. My neighbor.
We got
called-
fined.
Story. Carl called the cops on us.
We got fined. Somebody walked by and saw
I
us.
totally have had the Maryland Task Enforcement called on me too
Yes.
during that time. There's true story.
not go back
okay.
to those days.
No. Okay. Last question. How much is the Maryland Smart Buy paying off total student loan debt?
Oh, hand.
Nope.
Oh.
50. The lady in the sweater.
50.
Orange.
50,000.
$50,000, guys. Free money.
$50,000.
Free money. So, recently, it's new news. Yes.
This morning, actually. Good question. Went up this
No.
morning.
So it's 15% of the purchase price or $50,000, whichever is the lesser of the two. So I'm doing one right now, $49,800, completely wiped away. So we
It has to
basically
pay off the debt in full, though, right?
Yes, at settlement, correct. So if the debt, to her question, let's say in that scenario, we're paying $50,000 off, but the person owes $60,000. We're going to pay the $50,000, but the client has to be prepared to pay the $10,000. So if they're not, then we can't use that program at the time of settlement. And at the time of settlement, it's going to be paid. We're going to show it being paid, and we're going to have the grant coming from the federal side to pay that. Say again?
Can the client maybe, how would those funds have to be seasoned if they don't actually have it? Can they gift it?
They can get a gift.
somewhere
Yeah,
else?
yeah.
All right, we need to pass the mic. Where's that
Oh,
mic?
sorry.
Well, we just, here, I got it.
Okay.
I was trying to go through this program with another client, and to my dismay, I found out that if they use the MMP Smart Buy program, that they cannot get the other 3% from MMP.
Yeah,
is
but
that
they
still
do-
the case?
It is, but it's, in my opinion, could be better because you have two options. You can either get $6,000. So if your purchase price is low, I mean, you guys aren't going to have that problem in Prince George's County. You're going to use 4% of the purchase price. So you get $50,000 paid off and 4% loan to be used towards your additional closing costs and or down payment.
Okay, but not through MMP, but through the other program?
It is the same. It is through MMP.
Huh.
So it's actually better than the 3%.
Good. Excellent.
She does good.
And you guys, you can overlay the programs. So you can use the MMP program, the Smart Buy, or the 3%, 4%, and 5% with the federal. So you can use two. So the clients literally are bringing, with the federal, you have to have at least $1,000 down. So if the clients are doing federal and state program, the minimum down payment that they have to be responsible for is $1,000. Smart Buy?
Can you briefly describe that Smart Buy program?
It is. Very high limits,
Hold
though.
on. Can you briefly describe the Smart Buy program and the income? Is it income driven? I'm just repeating the question.
Okay.
'cause nobody else.
Yes,
Nobody
sorry.
can
From
hear it.
home could hear you.
Sorry.
Well,
Well,
no.
they can't hear you
The
at home
TV can't
because
hear you
they're
unless
picking
you
up
have a
from
mic.
here. Yeah, you have to talk through the mic for the streaming
You're fine.
people to pick
I
you
just
up.
want to make sure everybody else heard the question. Go ahead.
Okay, so great question. The Maryland Smart Buy program and any of the Maryland mortgage program is income driven. The incomes for PG County for like 1 and 2 households like $171,000. For 3 or more, it's $199,000. Not too many people make more than that are coming through. So a lot of clients can definitely qualify. The federal definitely is lower, does go by household members specifically. So the Smart Buy program is specifically Governor Hogan put it in, so it's not to say that it's going to be around forever. The new governor is going to have to extend it as well when it comes due. It is basically an incentive for people to move to Maryland to wipe away their student loan debt, up to $50,000. The purchase price times 15%, whichever's lower. So if you do that and it comes out to $30,000, the client can only get $30,000, not the $50,000. It's whichever is the two, right? So I think the purchase price is like $335,000 or something above. You're at $50,000 at that point.
And then they have to stay in the home. How long?
5 years, and
Or
then
they have
it's
a pro
forgiven.
rata.
Each year is 20%. So if they move out in year 4 and they took $50,000, 20% of 15, or if it's 40,000,
10,000.
20% of
I thought it was a quiz.
40.
I thought it was a quiz.
He wins.
Where's my cup? Alexis,
She said,
come
I'm
on.
out of cups.
But I want a cup.
Here.
You need it. You need it. You're answering.
You're answering.
I'm not answering.
If the student loan debt is suspended, do you still count the student loan debt within there for the loan?
Yes.
You still count it in there?
Yes. It has to
Still
be
do
all
at some
or
point.
nothing.
Okay, because I had a client who said that the lender was not going to count her student debt.
Not for the Maryland Smart Buy, whether they have one student loan debt or 50, whether it's with one company or 50 companies, it's all or nothing. All of the student loans have to be paid off. Good question.
That's a lot of companies to have debt with 50.
So what does it do to the rate?
Denise is allergic to this. We're gonna give her one next time.
I know. I'm like,
She's gonna keep it.
what if you
We're going to
use-
give her a laugh.
M-
Justin, next time a third laugh for Denise. All right.
Yeah.
if you close with MMP money and whatever it is, whether it's Smart Buy or the DPA, what is it? How is it hitting the rate up more than if you were just not using MMP now?
I mean, for the conventional, it's definitely, I would probably say 0.375 to maybe 0.5% higher than on the streets. But the rate currently today, if you did the $6,000 grant on top of the student loan paid off, would be 7.375. And if you take the 4% grant, which most people are going to do instead of the $6,000 in this price range, interest rate's 7.5. But guys, listen.
So
but
just
when
tell
you,
them to refinance next year and get into the
Yeah.
house now.
Well,
and
and here's the
You
thing,
said you
guys.
could layer.
Marry the house, date the rate.
right.
Well, yeah, and
Pay
guys,
off your
You
if,
said
student
they could
loans.
layer. Can they do a seller buy down?
that's what I. Yes.
All right, so
well,
they-
you can't do it on that. Only on the federal,
Okay.
because the interest rate is determined by the state. But what I will do and what I show to the clients is, unfortunately, we've created bad habits, right? So out of sight, out of mind. These people that are in student loans, they haven't made a student loan payment in how many years? A long time. It's come and due. So when I say, hey,
Some people exactly
call,
3 when they started.
Exactly. So I say, the very first question I say is call and ask what your minimum monthly payment is going to be. Even in your income repayment payment or whatever, what is that payment going to be when it comes due? Then we look at it, okay, now we're subtracting that debt. So even though your payment may be $50 higher because the rate's higher than on the secondary market, you're wiping away $800 a month in debt. That's the bigger
I'd like to
picture.
be wiped away
That's
$800
the big
debt.
picture that we show on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, we're doing this. Thank you. Good job, Thomas. I appreciate it. So, guys, I could sit here and talk about, all the programs, rates, and everything that everybody has. First Heritage has all of them. Obviously, having the federal is a big difference that you can overlay. What I say is find a loan officer that's going to be your business development partner. Or manager, however you want to kind of say it. It's our job to grow your business. The more business that Melvin makes, the more business that Samantha's going to make. So it's my job to help Melvin and help my agents continue to grow their business. So some of the tools that we have is we'll have our agents come to our green room, marketing room, understand their model. The great thing about everybody in this room, you guys all work differently. Your sphere is different. What you're going after is different. And so I have to understand you guys and then kind of create content that you can start putting out. So here's some videos, some short videos. We did probably about 10 with per agent that they can now have in their OneDrive and continue to start blasting this out through the next month or two. Monica, can you tell me why your buyers have chosen to take a bridge loan?
So in some of the cases, most of the cases actually, they've chosen to take the bridge loan because it brings an opportunity, or it gives an opportunity for them to actually have more money at the table for the new home. In other words, they'll be able to put down a larger down payment. Hence, that means that their monthly payment will be lower on the new home. And so they love the fact that that opportunity does exist and they're able to take advantage of it.
If you are a first-time home buyer and want to buy a house in Maryland, you have to take advantage of this program.
Yes, guys, it's the Maryland Mortgage Program. One of my favorite programs is the Maryland Smart Buy. You can get $50,000 of your student loan wiped away.
There's so many great promotions in regards to the Maryland Mortgage Program. You really have to take advantage of it. And it's just a bonus that my preferred lender, First Heritage Mortgage, are gold certified with the Maryland Mortgage Program. So you have a team that can help you be successful this year in this real estate market.
For more information, contact us. So there's videos there. Some of the other things that I do as well is I'll do events. I create intimate events. I mean, the first-time home buyers, guys, that's great. I don't discourage that. I do like it in a little bit, again, working with the agent, understanding specifically what they're doing. There's a guy in here, Joe Harrison. He actually was my Crusoe home buyer first before he was an agent. And he does a lot of new home stuff. So I created an event, an intimate food and wine design night at one of the models, a $1.2 million model. We were going after that demographic. We create the marketing piece, which looks amazing. We send it to the builder. It's co-branded with Samson. We send it to the builder. The builder sends it to their entire database. We had that event. Joe walked away. He has 2 listings, over $500,000 from that one event. So it works. I would just encourage you guys, again, partner up. There's tons of First Heritage loan officers. I'm sure you guys have your loan officers too. If they're not helping grow your business, you guys should reevaluate.
Lynn, Zach's getting to you. Hold on.
Real quick, I just want to give a shout out. I've got 44, 45 agents now in the first-time homebuyer workshop that we're working on, and they're starting their first-time homebuyer workshops. They've all been instructed, obviously, to work hand in hand with First Heritage, and they're doing a marvelous job. So just want to give a shout out to them.
Shout out to our peeps.
Awesome. Yes. Awesome. And shout out to you, because that was what I was going to end with as well. I know we have another person, but guys, if you don't have at least 4, there should be 4 events, 1 per quarter, just in your sphere. And again, using your partners, using your vendors, using the mortgage company, using your title company, using your home inspector to offset the cost. You guys shouldn't be spending the money. We're there to support you. And staying in front, out of sight, out of mind is in this business. Point blank, that's the way real estate works. Yes.
So I know you mentioned the new home buying seminar, but are you also having the individual home buying seminars for the agents?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's tons. I mean, we've just did an event. I don't even know what it's labeled. My marketing team does an amazing job. I absolutely love our department.
And do you all come out personally?
We do, yes.
Okay. So
and we create all the material. We went through something because it's tax season.
Okay.
So it's like, using your something about using your tax returns to build wealth, and that's a seminar that we're having as well, and it will be in a Samson office. So it's not just like that. Again, just what your demographics, what you're going after, is how we would create the workshops, events, whatever you would like to label
Perfect. I'll be
them.
calling you.
In person.
In person was the question.
Yes.
The overriding thing, and we're so thankful for Samantha and all of our great First Heritage support, is, look, guys, get with your First Heritage. We are not using the resources and the great assets we have in these partnerships here. They can partner with you, these great events, the great collateral, the great videos. There's so much that we can do, but you got to connect with them. Don't go this on your own. Look, those videos that Fernando and Monica were in, those are going to look really cool if you put them out to people, but it's about all these things we're talking about. Be out there, educate people. We can get into every little detail of every loan product, but the key is connect with those First Heritage loan officers. We have just so many fantastic, experienced, great loan officers like Samantha here within First Heritage that you can connect with in our offices and build this collateral and do a great job at connecting, whether it's for this event or this video you put out or this co-branded marketing material that you're going to bring to your open house or put out, or teaching, educating people on the new programs, or the college payoffs, or the ARMs, whatever it is that you want to do, you got to get with a loan officer. You can't be an expert in everything, but they are. So partner with them, and their marketing department will help you to market together.
Well, and there's tons of different personalities and tons of different languages, and there's a flavor for everyone.
Amen.
So thank you very much, Sam. We got to move on for now, though. We got to move on for now. We'll go, but thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Sam. All right. So, Lynn, that doesn't look like you, though. Kinda. It's the Lynn Hamilton. Better in person, Lynn. Better in person.
There you go.
But so we just want to update you on all the great things going on with Lynn. We've got she's got it. Just a did you know that for those of you who don't know, we got our client follow-up system, the personal marketing company, where you can go and you can pay for something at closing. It's $25. You get 21 follow-ups over the next 5 years.
Remember those touches where everybody disappears and doesn't touch their
21
clients?
mailings over the next 5 years.
$25, peeps. $25.
Starts with a new home prospect stuff where you get that welcome. We appreciate your business. Those personal new mailing labels. Connect with it more. You can go to tpmco.com and you can connect and get that personal marketing relationship. They're a great company I met in Chicago at National Association of Realtors probably 6 years ago now.
Yeah. The other thing about this too is it is customizable. So let's say you sold a client last year, but this year your whole focus is going to be on staying in touch on a regular, consistent basis. You can go in and load your people in that are older, and if you don't want that initial postcard or that package that says that are from time ago.
I just wanted to make the joke.
Harass me. But you can go in and say, I don't want the welcome package to go because these have been my clients for a really long time, but I do want to put them on the drip. So you can customize that a little bit as well if you want to.
Again, it just comes back to, I love the 4-page newsletter because it's
Yes.
more personal, but this is so much cheaper and you're going to be able to keep
And frankly, it's autopilot.
Yep.
It's autopilot. You put them in once and you do nothing for 5 years
So
on that particular
Some other
issue.
things that Lynn's teaching
Tonight.
That's why she's up here today, aren't you?
Yes,
She's going to hang out
tonight
in Maryland
in
all
Columbia.
day. Lynn's going to be in Maryland all day. She's in Columbia tonight. She's going to teach. Oh, there's Boomy sliding
There you
inside
go,
of
sliding
her.
in.
Everybody be coming out today. So Lynn, she'll be there teaching a class tonight, 6 to 8 o'clock tonight. What's tonight's class about, Lynn? I should have given her a mic, but go.
Maximizing
Jumpstart for dual career agents tonight, which
career.
makes sense we're doing it at night because you have
Yes,
dual career,
6
you
to
had a
8.
job during the day.
Yes.
So maximizing Jumpstart for dual career agents tonight in Columbia. Some other, remember, second and fourth Tuesdays, we're taping at 2:30 now in our studio for Lynn. This next week we're going to be live streamed the best one-liners. This is not the best one-liners at the bar, Carl. Carl didn't. It doesn't work.
Carl didn't even pay
when
attention.
When I throw the joke at Carl and he wasn't listening.
He goes, it's the
class,
best
the class on
one-liners.
Tuesday is the best one-liners.
And
I
he
said,
said,
not the best one-liners at the bar tonight, Carl. The best one-liners, when you're opening conversations and how to get people
How to
talking.
pique the interest, right? Because you've got to be able to say, if somebody says, hey, what do you do? And you go, I sell houses. I mean, that's
That
about
doesn't
as
work.
exciting as
You
mud.
know what probably works? When you do it with that face.
Right.
That face has got to win you tons of clients.
But it's but in all seriousness,
That's
come
how
to the
she
class.
became a top producer, ladies and gentlemen. That look right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
So lots of great stuff as always coming up with Lynn. So we're blessed to have great education going on. A couple more things. Oh, yep.
You just got a scam email from Carl.
From you?
Carl was sitting right here, so I don't think Carl was asking you for a.
So the last one
gift
I
card.
sent, I had a few choice words and told them to grow up and get a job.
Yeah? How did that work out for you?
Huh? Oh, I had used words. I'm on camera. I won't use those words.
So we have a couple of our marketing education team. They come out and do all the things. They're going to teach you the print. They're going to teach you SkySlope. They're going to teach you, well, not SkySlope.
Social media. They're going to teach you how to use Canva. Canva's a really great graphics
tool.
tool.
We're going to do headshots as
that's
part of
super
these
easy
as well.
to use.
So we're in Lake Ridge. That's next Thursday, in Waldorf in 3 weeks, if I can do math correctly. So sign up for those days. Come out. Get educated all day, guys. You can always get one-on-one with our staff, but if you clear the day and get out there, I promise you're going to walk out with lots of great tidbits to help bridge your business. You can't do it all, but you can learn tidbits that are going to build your own business up every day.
And don't forget, all of these dates are also on the Nest. You will also get emails out from us to let you know that we're coming, but please RSVP so they know how much food to bring and how many people are coming.
Oh, food. Wait a minute. Now business attendance just doubled because you brought up food. So now everybody's going to come. Everybody loves that free lunch.
Loves that free lunch.
Resource refreshers.
Look at
Remember,
those
these
dates.
are SkySlope and KV Core focus.
Deep dives on how to use those systems.
Deep dives. We're in Chantilly in a couple weeks. In April, we got DC and Arlington. May, we're in Columbia, Charlestown, and then June, White Marsh, Lake Ridge. Again, all these are on the Nest. Just want to make sure you keep you posting all the things up here. We're not going to go through every class up here, guys. Remember, I put out that Friday. I do the weekend update. I do it every Friday. We release that first thing Monday morning when you're actually in look at business mode. And it talks about all the great things that have happened last week and all the great classes that are coming up that week that hopefully you can jump into.
You know what? I think this week's going to be your best one yet.
Do you know why she said that? You guys are going to think that's funny. We're going to have a guest appearance on
I'm
this
doing
week.
it.
Sarah's doing the weekend update this week because
he's out of town.
I will be out of town. I'm going to be out of town this weekend in Mexico. So I'm not sure of my internet capabilities, or I heard Justin, you said Donnie's still going to do it, but just so Sarah doesn't do it. But I don't trust my Wi-Fi connection in Mexico. So Sarah will be doing the weekend update. So it's going to be the most viewed one, I'm sure. Actually, the most viewed one was a couple weeks ago when I had my 9-year-old Molly.
Oh, she's so cute.
Molly
she's
came
my
on
favorite.
with me. That was the best
She
one.
is.
But so the weekend updates, just 10
Yeah,
minutes.
and by the way, Molly, this finger, he is wrapped around hers. Because she says, I want to go have lunch with Daddy today.
Well,
she
knows.
Look at that face. Look at
She's smart.
He loves her some Molly.
She's
Yeah.
smart. No, I do love me some Molly. But no, so normally it's only about 10 minutes to try to get in and out, but give you an update on all the things coming up. what you should do, because I know it's a lot sometimes to watch the whole sales meeting, but if you watch that 10 minutes, you can know what's coming up, what's important, some hot topics that we hit. Normally it's 10 minutes. This week it'll probably be 20 because Sarah's doing it. But
I won't have to
tune
put
back
up
in
with
next
him,
week.
so it'll be like
It'll be 10. So lots of great classes, as you can see. These are all on the calendar. Keep in mind the Cardinal Title Roundtable, the Lunch and Learns that are coming up. We do a bunch in Virginia and Maryland with our attorneys, the Lunch and Legal. So I love you to keep on those. So we did have to move this one. So we launched the big One Street partnership a couple weeks ago, or a month ago now.
Mm-hmm.
But Sam Qureshi's great. He's a dynamic leader of the One Street Company. He's doing real estate as a team sport. It's going to be virtual and live. So he's going to be in the Chantilly studio. But if you can't come down to Chantilly, maybe it's the time to plan to come down there to watch Samer. But if not, watch it live. Samer's got a lot of great information. He's a
very
personality.
dynamic person, yes.
It will not be boring. I can assure you of that. But Samer's got some information to share on Thursday the 16th. And I think they're actually also going to do a commercial class maybe the week after that. So look out for that as well. Yeah. We are going to close with one thing. We're going to close with Cardinal. And then the other thing that we missed early, which we're going to do at the end here, is our Maryland top performers for the month, our individuals and teams. That's what, when I looked at you earlier, I was like, that's not in the slide. But our great team has gotten it set up, so we're going to do those at the end of this as well. So guys, we talk about a lot of things, and we try to bring you great education, resources, and tools. And there's another big tool we're going to launch. We're finalizing the agreement now, but we're going to be launching that out here probably by next sales meeting. We'll be telling you about that. And we do all these things, and we can do all these things to help fuel your business only with the help of the support of Cardinal Title Group. So we see Bruce, we saw Jessica. We've got a great team all over Cardinal Title Group and in Maryland, D.C., Virginia, and West Virginia. So please do your very best to bring these transactions. And these 81 people, thank you so much for our support this last month. Agnes Roderick, Ali DeJanata, Annabelle Heron, Andrea Perez del Castillo 2 times.
And if you're in the room, woot woot.
Yes, woot woot if you're in the room.
Because we want to woot woot.
Ann Zawin 2 times. April Baker, Bassam Hamandi, Ben Nash, Betsy Brooks, Brian Sanks 2 times, Carlos Fuentes, Sally Trotman, Sherilyn Johnson Anthony, Chris Salvatore, Chris Shelton, Cynthia Butler, Cynthia Epps, Dalton Blair, Dilyar Dominova 2 times, and Ebony Jones.
Florence Agola, Fred Mosini 2 times, Gabrielle Banks, Geetha Dayala, Hap Thron, Henry Nam, Holly Simpson, James Logan Jr., Jan Allen, Janelle Alexander, Jennifer Cuevas 2 times, Joe Azer, Jonathan Gentry, Jose Avila, Kashana Oganaki, Keisha Benford, Kelly Adrea, Mark Cabrera 2 times, Maurice Wood, and Max Tariq. Thank you, guys.
Michael Gray II, Mulugeta Bayane, Nick Welsh, Nick Biberai, Nima Majorian, Noeli Hernandez, Odenayo Folorunso.
Good job.
Omer Rashid, Paige Anderson, Rajesh Verma, Rex Thomas, Roger Tata, Ronald Gomez 2 times, Ruchi Jayan, Rushida Boyd, Sandra Stillman De Pasquale 2 times, Sherwood Kofer, Shiznetta Conaway, Sophia Goodridge, and Sterling Ramlal 2 times.
Sukdeep Kang, Sybil Rowland Buckwalter, Tala Soreta Towns, Thomas Bennett, Tia Thompson, Tony Daniel, Ugo Okeke, Valeria Lee, Vitaly Petrov, and Wakar Hamad 2 times. Thank you guys so very, very much.
Thank you all for your support of Cardinal Title Group.
We couldn't do it without you.
Carl, I saw you coming. Mike, you going to come up here and be...
Say a few words?
I can see you. I can see you scheming over there. This, ladies and gentlemen, is our amazing Bowie manager, Mr. Carl Harper.
You get the medal.
How's everybody doing today?
This flower's pretty. Look at that.
I know.
You shot up like a penny.
He says lean down and smell it real close.
What's going on here?
This is,
you know, you push the little button and it goes whoop and smacks you in the face with water.
I don't think it's that kind of
I would love it. That would have been so funny.
All right.
Yes.
What's up, my man?
So I was actually going to wait until the very end, but since you put me on the spot.
I did.
First of all, I just want to thank all of y'all for coming out today.
Whoop,
so
whoop.
I appreciate everybody for the support. I tell you, man, this thing we call real estate is just growing bigger and bigger every day, okay? So I guess my whole thing is I just want to thank Donnie and Sarah for creating such a awesome real estate brokerage and helping us to grow our business. And I might be a little proactive in saying this, but we are the #1 brokerage in not just the DMV, but now the Mid-Atlantic region. Because we've added West Virginia, Delaware. So just as our appreciation from Samson Properties Bowie, my assistant manager Jasmine, we got a little something real quick.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh,
man.
That's for you.
Carl comes bearing
you.
gifts.
Hers is a little bit heavier. You got to open them now. You got to open them. You can do the card later, but we know Sarah loves wine, so we got her white wine and red wine.
Yeah.
Yes,
thank you
And
so
Mr.
much.
Donnie.
Oh, cigars.
Yes,
Yes.
These are going straight in my suitcase from Mexico.
I know.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you.
So once again, just want to thank everybody. Thank you,
Thank
Sarah.
you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Donnie.
Thank you all.
And may we all continue to sell a whole lot of real estate.
There you go. Thanks, Carl. Thank you all.
Well, and I think we appreciate you guys so much because I think it's fair to say we can't do what we do every day without all of the support that you guys give us every day by talking to people that are really great agents in the marketplace and bringing them on, using Cardinal Title when you can, supporting your fellow realtors and teaching classes and just participating in great office energy. We thank you for everything that you do.
Absolutely. Thank you. We just read it off the slide. If you want to do that.
He's
All
changing
right.
angles here.
Justin's getting that slide hooked up for us. He's got like 6 computers
Yeah,
and
he's
92
running off of, like-
cords. But his hair still looks perfect.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And we have no TV now.
I know.
So these, what we're about to read off, guys, these are our top producers in just our Maryland, D.C. offices for the month of, what was last month, February?
February. Yes.
We're in March right
We
now.
are.
Yep. All right, perfect.
All month
Now,
long.
A lot of times, sometimes at this second Wednesday, we're able to do the market report stuff. It normally comes out on the 12th, 13th. This
We're
is
a
the
little early.
earliest that the second Wednesday can hit, March 8th. So look for those to come out. We'll do those in the staffer meeting for all the local jurisdictions, the one next week. And we're going to launch all those on a top resources section on the market reports as well. So look for those market reports. Next sales meeting. Not quite ready for this one yet because they haven't released them yet.
And use that data. I mean, I can't speak highly enough of taking that data and putting it on social media and sending it out in your drip campaigns to your clients because they're listening to their bartender who's an expert on real estate. They're listening to their mama who knows more than anybody else about real estate. They're listening to their best friend that's never sold or bought a house in their life about real estate. Everybody knows more than we do.
Did you say
So-
TikTok? They're listening
TikTok,
to TikTok?
right, TikTok. So send that information out.
I listen to TikTok for everything.
He learns his
I'm
dances.
joking,
He
I'm
learns his
joking,
new
I'm
dances.
joking.
But what I'll say is, it's just be the grassroots marketing effort. Be the grassroots educator. Set yourself apart as being the expert. Even if you're saying things that are different than what everybody else is saying in the marketplace, that's okay. But let them hear it from you versus all the people that have no clue what they're talking about.
And I do, this is the part where I did want to ask for some participation. We got a few minutes. I know it's 11:30, but I'd love to go for a few more minutes and ask what you guys are seeing in the markets local to what you're seeing every day. I know we have a ton of top producers in the room, so I'd love to hear a couple of your thoughts on what's going out there. Fernando already grabbed the mic. I have no idea if it's about the market or not, but tell us what you want to say.
Yeah, well,
Fernando.
the market is
Fernando
actually...
Arbroso, our great Gaithersburg office broker
Thank
manager.
you. I wanted to say, obviously, you know, there's more buyers than listings right now, and that's the problem we have.
Yes.
But
Sí,
spring
señor.
market is coming. A lot of sellers are considering now going back in the market, so that's going to be good for us.
You know, at least in our area, we're seeing a lot of coming soons, more so than what we've got inventory in the market. Is that the same for up here?
So I read the Bright reports. I don't know if anybody get
No.
those Bright weekly reports or they just delete them and move on. But I really dig into them for each state. And the listings really showed a jump for the first time, you know, in a little bit this week, week over week. And actually the listings in the last 7 days, so it was last week's data that they put out on Tuesday, was actually the highest. That it was higher than last year at this point for that week. And it's the first time we kind of caught last year's data when it comes to new listings coming out. So hopefully, because that's our big problem right now,
that's a
is
good
we
sign.
need those listings out there. I think there are buyers out there that have accepted, okay, my rate's, you know, 6, 6.5, 7, or it's 5.5 or 5. I have some kind of arm or some kind of buy down. And they're okay with that as being their new normal rate. We've seen some people to sell their homes so that we don't have 22 offers for every house, which we're getting a little bit of right now.
So one more thing I wanted to say to everybody. I know that everybody's listening to this. This month, I did a team in our office about Chat GPT, and I want to remind everybody.
Oh, Chat GTP.
Yes, I want to remind everybody.
Every email you get now is actually Chat GTP.
It's not.
Yeah.
Sarah doesn't type anything anymore. It's just Chat
That's
GTP.
hilarious. I am beta testing Jasper.
So
I
yeah.
wrote a bio yesterday, literally
Yeah.
just put in some stuff, and
Yeah,
I was like,
it's
oh, let me
amazing.
see what this gives me, and it shot me out a whole
Yeah.
like brand new bio. I'm like, well, I like that better than my old one. Save. Yeah.
So I
You ever had a
created.
computer write your bio?
I did. It was great.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
gonna write
I mean,
yours
it's
next.
amazing, but I just want to remind everybody it's not a fad. It's gonna change our industry. The way we do our business is replacing people that are supposed to be working for you. They can do it for free. Basically, you have to understand that this is something that you need to explore right away because your competition is going to be ahead of you,
Yeah, and
especially
there's
with
two of
blogging, writing content on your social media, creating
So
plans,
I'll
marketing
tell you,
plans,
we
things like that.
we have a platinum mastermind once a month, which is all the top performers that are in the company. We all get together and we talk about it. And Chat GBT, I keep getting the letters backwards, and Jasper AI are both two of the ones that everybody's using that have replaced writing their listing descriptions. And it's really
Changed
cool.
the way kids do college. So.
Yes, it is. It helps people do blog posts. It helps people create lists of things that are important. It literally goes out, it scans the internet, because everything's on the internet, right? It scans the internet, comes back and puts it down, and it says generating, and it gives you 3 samples. And you can pick, do you want it in a professional tone, or do you want it in a friendly or a witty? You know what? So Jasper AI is one, Jasper AI, and then Chat GP as in Paul, T as in Tom.
GPT.
So
Don't compare ChatGPT with Jasper because Jasper is just a secondary version of ChatGPT.
now see,
ChatGPT has a
every
lot
article
of
I
things.
read, it was the backwards, which is why I went with Jasper.
ChatGPT is the principal thing. ChatGPT.
Yes, you can look at either one. They are whatever's the most comfortable to you. I will probably end up beta testing both of them just because I like cool things. But yeah, it's where the world's going. You got to
Mr.
stay
Harper,
up.
What's up?
So just real quick, just to show you how fast Samson Properties is growing in Maryland. How long have we been in Maryland, Donnie? Since 2000?
Probably 5 or 6 years.
More than
our
that.
first office.
More than
6,
that.
Maybe.
Because I've been here over 5.
Maybe 6 or 7 years of our first office, but we really started to grow probably 4 or 5 years ago was our first growth. How long have you been here? So probably about 5 years, 4.5 years. How was it after we really kind of launched into Bowie? National Harbor was the only one, and Bethesda were real small for a year or two, but probably 7 years, but 5 years of real sustained effort.
Solid growth patterns, yep.
So I got a text message from one of my Team Harper agents maybe about 2 weeks ago. She was writing on a custom bill in Fort Washington, and the sales manager told her, this is crazy, but 8 out of the 11 offers that she got were from Samson Property agents.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, I know Donnie's a numbers guy, but that's huge when you really think about it.
That's nice. Hopefully one of our 8 won.
No, she won.
Good.
Okay.
Carl goes, we got this one.
Carl's like, I came in, we won. I laid the heavy down. I don't know. Any other thoughts on the market before I close with these top words? What are you guys seeing out there? Anything good, bad, or indifferent? I mean, I know that we're seeing, not a lot of inventory. Miss Jackie Frederick, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Our great National Harbor Broker Manager. Let me hear it for you.
Yeah, thank you. I got a call from someone, and the number popped up on my phone. I didn't know her, but when she introduced herself, she said that I had worked with her mother some years ago, and her mother recently passed. She wants to she wants to sell her house, and she's moving to Delaware. So I thought that was really, really nice. I couldn't even remember her mother. It's been so long. I've been in the business so long. But the thing about it is, we talked, we got each other's information, and then she called me a couple of days later and said that her best friend had called her and told her to use Redfin. And she said, Jackie, I'm going to use you, but why would they say Redfin? I've heard that a couple of times, you know. And the chart that you have up there that we saw this morning that showed, that's going to help me tremendously.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I'm going to send her that.
You can use Redfin. They're like way down here, though. Why you want to use
Right.
that?
Why would you use, you know?
They made the chart, kind of. No, I'm just kidding.
No, really.
But no, that kind of stuff helps.
I mean,
and
marketing is so important.
You know, and I won't dig into the whole Redfin different phenomenon there, but I'll withstand from doing that. But you want to be ready to counteract any arguments out there you have. But you know, the first thing I would say if you do have that come up, and not say anything poor about that particular company, is you want a full-time agent, one that is working for you 24/7, ready to help your best interests. And some of those companies have just direct salaried agents that do just certain jobs, you know, as opposed to you want an all-encompassing full-service agent that's going to be here for you all the time. And look, I'm not knocking their business model. Their business model makes sense on a certain level, but if I were out there a buyer or seller, I want one agent that's going to work with me the whole time, and that agent's going to be my person, and I know who to go to for anything, not 5 different people that are going to deal with 5 different parts of the transaction, and they're going to be off the clock, and they're not answering my call or email because that's kind of the way some of them set up. Exactly. Right. Exactly. Any other thoughts out there that you guys have seen before I close on up? All right. So if you have anything, at me. So last month's top performers by volume. This is my man.
Look at there, Ernesto Sordo.
Look at Ernesto moving to Rehoboth. All of a sudden, a big
problem. He goes, I'm going to the beach. I'm gonna sell some stuff.
He's going to the beach. You're going to make some money. So Ernesto Sordo over 5.6 million last month. Andre
awesome.
Perez del Castillo just under 2.9 million. Tonga Turner just over 2 million. Tonga's always killing it. Abdul Haluk Ansari just under 2 million. And Layla Torres, one of the new team, they just joined our Gaithersburg office.
Awesome.
So great job.
Fantastic.
To our top 5 individual performers for volume.
So last month's individuals by transactions, Andrea Perez del Castillo with 5, along with Tonga Turner. Tied with 4, Prudence Wafo and Rajdeep Kapoor. And then a 3-way tie with 3, Lady Ann Zawin, Hezekiah Daniels, and Masood Tariq.
Great
nice job, you guys. Nice job.
And our top teams.
One Street coming on strong.
One Street bringing
coming on strong.
One Street brings the heat. By volume last month, the One Street Company 17.3. Barnett Group, they're in the house, right? Where do you guys go?
Yes.
They out there?
Yep.
They're watching out there in live stream. I saw them earlier, just over 1 million. The Reliable Home Team, just over 1 million. Capital Star Properties. My man, Team Harper.
Team Harper.
And then we got a big tie.
Number of transactions.
We got all the
One
words for you.
Street, 32.
That's a few transactions.
That's a few transactions. So then we have with 3 each, Granville Team, Reinvented Group, and Team Harper in the house. With 2 transactions, Capital Star Properties, Clark & Associates, Team Flo D in the house.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Where's she at?
She's sneaking around the corner. She's like,
I can find her. You just got to look for the one that's got the fashion rolling off.
She's got a little sneak around the corner.
It's just dripping off of her at all times.
The Barnett Group, the Easy Way. The Gemini Group, the Reliable Home Team, and the Tony Fulco Home Group. Congratulations, you guys. Super exciting.
So just want to close with this, guys. We are super proud of everything we're going on. These Prince George's County stats are amazing. We're going to continue to put out some of the great results that you all have worked hard to accumulate, and we want to continue to give you great stuff to put in your marketing. And please continue to give the support to Cardinal Title Group, your local offices. One thing we're going to probably put out a special. We want to fill these offices. We're going to see some specials on offices coming up here because I want more people to have these private offices, more people to connect with each other.
Energy in the offices.
Energy in the office.
Yes.
I know it's almost 3 years to the day that I was out here in Bowie and COVID and the pandemic all started. But now, look, we have this powerful force of a company that's come out of it.
I believe it's been 3 years.
And I want you all to be engaging with each other. Stuff like this is great. Learn from each other. Stuff like Fernando was talking about, these classes, the stuff Sam was, all this stuff that we are brought together. Get in here, get together. This is the best year yet. We're going to crush it this year. And Sarah's taking pictures over here, apparently.
I was photobombing.
Thank you to Carl Harper. And we've got Jackie and Fernando and Hal and Mavis in the room. We saw
Thank
Boomy.
you so much,
a lot of our
guys.
great Maryland office managers. So thank you all so much for all your hard work and support. We will see you soon.
Bye, everybody. Take care.
Oh, there you go. Group photo up in this house.